What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ball With MTG. Yes, we're back. More Than a Grind edition. I'll explain what that is a little bit later, but before we start this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe so you'll never miss a video, and make sure to leave me a rating on my podcast link I'll have in the description below. But guys, before we get this video started, if you're wanting to start your own podcast, Buzzsprout is an amazing resource that you can use. It's a tool, website that you can use to apply your podcast on. You'll be able to submit your podcast to the Apple Podcasts, Spotify's, iHeartRadios of the world, and all for free. They'll help you get started. I'll have a link in the description below. All you have to do is sign up and you'll be entered in the chance to win a $20 Amazon gift card. So Buzzsprout, amazing resource to use for podcasting. All right, guys, More Than a Grind edition of Ball With MTG starts now. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ball With MTG, More Than a Grind edition. This edition will be about people that have more than a grind. People that go on a daily basis that's more than a grind. People that have businesses that are bigger than themselves, that try to put on for the community, trying to do better for society. So our first guest on More Than a Grind is one of my best friends, somebody I can call a brother, the DP himself. One of the hardest working men I know, Javonte Rice. What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, bring it in. Yep,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So tell the people a little bit about what you do.
Oh, well, first things first, I'm usually on the other side of the camera, so this is kind of weird for me. But, so just bear with me. But like you said, I'm a DP, I shoot videos. I just started shooting music videos like 2 months ago. I worked on different movies, 3 of them. 2 is already on Amazon Prime. One of them will be on Amazon Prime sometime this year, so look out for that.
Okay, where? You say that you shoot music videos. You know me being an artist myself. You were telling me before that you pushed out 16 music videos in the past month.
Yeah, the grind it never stopped. But I just started shooting music videos like 2 months ago, so I'm still kind of new. Mm-hmm. But I enjoy the process of doing it, from the pre-production to getting to know the artists, knowing their styles, knowing what they want, and how I can implement my style, my vision to create this masterpiece where everybody can enjoy it. Okay. And then you got the production where I go out and shoot location by itself, and then post it when I edit. That's where the fun starts.
Okay, word, yeah. So we talk about the creativity side, and you say you want to implement your own creativity into these music videos. Where do you get your creativity from?
That's a good question. But I don't know, it's just like I listen to the song about 10 times and I close my eyes when I listen to it, and I put myself in a dark room with no distractions, no phone, just listening to it. And I can actually see the music video playing in my head. That's the crazy thing. Like, I can actually see it before shooting it. So I think that also helps me out coming up with ideas and shooting it.
Okay, I like that because a lot of these artists, a lot of these videographers, I'm not trying to throw any shade, you kind of see the same thing. And so for you to go set out and try to create your own wave, it's just monumental. Not only because essentially you're creating your own brand, your own image, if you want to say it. So big kudos to you. And I want to go back. We're coming back to these music videos, but I do want to touch on some of the movies that you worked on. A whole lot of different things. But what essentially got you behind the camera?
I wouldn't say what got me, because I always want to run away from the camera. Like, I always thought, I think I want to do this, like coding or make apps, make websites. And every time I have that little break, I always go back to the camera. Like, I don't know, just my way of therapy. If I'm not shooting videos, then I feel like I'm in a dark place. Like, I just can't explain it, just how I feel.
I completely feel you, bro. Especially on that note. It's very therapeutic. I use this as my therapy, so I completely understand. If I'm not doing a Ball With MTG or just something to improve my brand, then I'm in that dark place. You've seen it from previous experiences, but yeah, videos, therapy. And I think that's what a lot of people have to start going and doing is try to find what makes them happy, try to find what gets them out of that dark place, because we all been to that dark place before. So and that's another big kudos to you for finding something that does motivate you, that does and obviously make a name for yourself in the process as well. So that's another big ups.
And on a side note, that's how I came up with my name, Real Therapy. REEL Therapy. I don't lie, I tell stories.
No, facts. One of the best storytellers I know. That's what I call it. Well, we can give the people a little interesting story, a little background on us. We actually met back in high school, back in Convergence, and what you call it? And this is I need to get back in the video, hopefully, but no, this guy's just on a little. I'll give you a little story, just a little background on my Javonte. Yeah, so we're in Convergence, and at this time it's like any major things, not necessarily, but we're about an average program in the journalism world, if you want to say. And then it's my junior year in high school. He was a year above me, and so I wasn't expecting much. And then some programs got merged together, and Javonte ended up being in one of my classes. And what you gonna call it? Ever since that first day, it was like. And I was the leader. I was the one in charge. I'm missing a lot of key points in the story, but yeah. So I wasn't expecting much from my people until Javonte showed me everything that everybody else should have been doing. And this is his first time in the program, and like. He just really just took over like from day one and really just hustled his way really to the top. And essentially, I think you're one of the best people to ever walk through that program. Just what you did in 1 year. I mean, your video work speaks for itself. You came out the woodwork and won us our first award. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, you really dominated over that course of 1 year. It would have been nice to see if we would have been able to stay. Like, if you would have been gotten in there, maybe sophomore, junior year, maybe would have been seeing what you would have been able to do. But obviously, you've grown so much more since then. It's kind of crazy. I'll have a little snippet of what we did, but yeah, you have grown so much, but you are already good, naturally good. How did you find ways to improve on already such a great talent?
Well, I just keep shooting. Like the more I shoot, the more I critique myself. Cause we're our own biggest critic. So I'm looking at every shot like, oh, I could have done that better. Oh, that's too overexposed. How can I not? How can I expose it properly? What if I use the rule of thirds and shift that over just a little bit to get the eyes on that one line? It's like I'm just always critiquing myself. Like if you ask me what's my favorite video I've done, none of them. I don't like none of them because all my videos can improve and it will improve, but I don't know when I'll be satisfied. Now don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's just not how I see myself. Like I know I can do better, and I want to do better, and I will do better. That's how it comes.
Yeah, no facts. I just seen like your growth in from conversions to shooting. Well, it's deeper than conversions. I mean, we used to shoot movies with your uncle and plays, and you just always been on the scene. So I think that also has to take into account that you're always constantly doing something in your field.
And at that time, it's like I didn't know I wanted to do it. It was just something just to do. I thought it was cool. Like, oh, what? Shoot a movie? Okay. Oh, what? Shoot a play?
Yeah.
All right, let me just.
Yeah, what you call it? Tell me the process that went into shooting your first movie.
Ooh, a lot of pre-production, a lot of casting, a lot of location scouting, a lot of budgeting, a lot of who knows what, who knows this, who knows that. It opened my eyes to a lot of things. But it's like there's really no one person it's a team effort. Like I realized that while shooting that movie. Oh, I just had. I'm sorry. I don't even think about my next video. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I lost my train of thoughts.
Just go into the process of shooting your first movie.
Well, I know like my very first movie was from my junior year in high school, and I didn't know what was going on. I was just the person who would give like the artist award or put a tip on the ground so like people can know where to stand or switching lenses or setting up lights. Like I really didn't know, but I was just taking everything in. I never had the attitude like, why am I bringing water to the actors? Never had an attitude. I always want you have to serve to be served. You have to serve to be served. I think that's it. Yeah, but at that time, I really wasn't thinking about it. I just didn't like. If you know me, I'm a caring, helpful person. Like always go out my way to help somebody. So that's another thing that put me on the top too. I don't know. I just didn't do it.
Yeah, facts. No, that's I really applaud you because a lot of people don't want to start from the bottom. A lot of people just want to go to the top. A lot of people don't want to put in the work. A lot of people don't see that sweat and tears that go into the process.
I'm not a perfect person. I was one of those people who wanted to rush. I'm like, dang, I shoot better videos than why I'm not blowing up, why I'm not doing this, but it just wasn't my time. And it took me a while to realize that it's not my time to shine. So right now I'm just preparing until it's my time. Because when it's my time, it's over. You don't stop.
No, whatchamacallit. I would honestly say that you have better. I mean, from at least from the music videos that you showed me, from the work that I've seen throughout the years, your quality of work is better than like a lot of these musical artists and their production companies they may hire. And you're a one man show. Most of the time. So whatchamacallit, where do you get your how do you set yourself to such a high standard that your quality of work always comes out so high?
Ooh, man, shoot. Sometimes I just be winging it. I know that's bad, but some shoots, I don't know it. I actually record it. They're like, oh, let me see that shot. In my head, I'm like, I don't know if you want to see, but they'll see. They're like, oh yeah, that's good. I'm like, yeah, okay. So then when I get to my house and start editing, I'm like, hold up, this look good here, that look good here, and then everything is thrown together every time. So, but there has been a couple videos where it's like, I gotta reshoot, I gotta reshoot. So don't never be afraid to start back over. Never be afraid, because you might miss something in the beginning stuff. So it's just a learning process.
It's definitely a process. I definitely remember long nights, just being frustrated, not satisfied with the quality of work. And I've had similar stories like when people want to see a shot, it's like, like, I don't think you want to see that. Like, so, yeah.
You might not pay me.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's definitely a process. Definitely one of the most hardest working processes that you may not get enough credit for because you're not the person in front of the camera. How do you deal with that?
Well, yeah, like I said before, it's like I always put other people in front of me. I always help them out. Like just seeing their face, their reaction, their fan base. Like, oh yeah, you heard so and so this artist, or have you seen this video? Like, I don't know. It just it pushes me more. Like, I know people seeing the video. There's always gonna be that one person that's like, who shot that video? And all it takes is that one person to get you out there. It's that one person. It takes a lot of people to push yourself out there to get that one person. So,
no facts, yeah, it's definitely all it takes is one, but you just gotta continuously keep working. That's just with anything in life. I like that you make that point because I mean it just takes that one thing to get you noticed. It takes that one opportunity to move forward, but you just gotta keep going after that. You gotta keep going after that. So yeah, definitely kudos. That's big ups. Especially to because one day you will get the recognition. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you made it, but like your work is definitely quality work. And I think people. And I'll have a description and a link to your channel, but I think once people see your work, it's like I don't think. I think it's gonna be show over. Like once you get a big enough audience, I mean, because you're that good. So I feel like once you get that audience, I feel like it's over.
To be honest, but it's like I don't know. It's like I'll reach out to different people, like, oh, I'll shoot you a video for free, or I'll shoot you a video for this and this and that. They're like, oh, okay, we'll work. Never do, but then they'll spend like $500, $600 on a video, which the quality is just straight terrible. I'm like, dude, I was gonna give it to you for free. Like, that's not great. I don't know. I guess they don't like free.
No, I have seen. Well, I'm not. Let's not even talk about that because we're not gonna talk any negativity about. I don't know. I really seen. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I seen you get it out the mud. So. And it's not, and I'm not taking it away from you because your work was always good. It was, but now it's just like I don't know. It seems like you just know how to piece every puzzle piece together. If that makes any sense. So I really do congratulate you on that. Like that's really cool. Like it's especially like once you get to that level, like that's certain. Everybody gets to that level of comfortability in their work to where and I say that word to the slight because nobody's really comfortable if you especially if you want to be great, nobody's really comfortable, but once you get like a formula that you can live by, then that's when you can go and be great. So I don't know, from the outside looking in, it seems like you figured out that formula.
And I also had help with a couple mentors. You got JB Brown, you got Anthony Benson, we have KG the artist, we have I am Donald Wilson. Those are probably like the main four that helped me out. Like me watching them how they do stuff, them helping me out, I'm helping them out. It's just like a team effort.
Yeah.
So it's like, thank you.
No facts, yeah. I've seen you work with people. It's definitely. And what you gonna call it to see like you kind of go under their wing, and not necessarily like say that you remove yourself like out of their wing, but like see like you've grown and blossomed into like your own self, your own brand, your own company. Like everything is you. Like from just from that standpoint, that is amazing. I mean, like I said, got out the mud. Like that's what we do around here. Oh boy. But no, yeah, that's big ups. That's big ups. Yeah, I can't wait. Real therapy will be in the link below. Videos have shown all across this timeline. Across this video, but what you call it? We could talk about the camera all day. But let's see how much you know about these hoops. I mean, because that's what we're here for. That's not what we're here for, but that's what this podcast is about. And let's see if. But yeah, let's dive into some hoops. So James Harden just got traded to the Brooklyn Nets yesterday with KD and Kyrie Irving. But we all know what Kyrie Irving's been dealing with. Ultimately off the court. But if he can come back on the court, and assuming that the Brooklyn Nets keep him, where do you see this Brooklyn Nets team in the long run? By the end of the season, by the end of the year, do you see them as the NBA champs, or do you see them folding in the playoffs, or what do you expect to happen with this team?
Well, we're already seeing the chemistry between KD and Harden. We're already seeing the chemistry between KD and Kyrie. But I don't think we're seeing the chemistry between Harden and Kyrie. But they're both kind of like the same player in a way.
Yeah, no,
So,
they're both ball dominant players. So that's another big question: is who is going to be that primary ball handler? Who's going to be that second or third option? Because we all know at the end of the day, this is KD's team. So he's going to be their first option in scoring. He's going to be their star player, franchise player. But who is ultimately going to take that second role? Because both players have similar play styles, and both players are so ball dominant. So you bring up a very good point.
I think Harden, he's going to dominate. He's going to take over. Because Kyrie, I feel like Kyrie is going to lead. Because his mind is not basketball right now. Like ever since 2017 when he was on the Celtics, his mind shifted to want to help other people. So maybe basketball's not his priorities at the time. Maybe it was before. Maybe his mind is shifting. But he's only 28 years old. That's still young. So it's like, and us young folks, we always changing. Like for example, like this when he's at the Nets, the whole Black Lives Matter. He didn't want to. He was pushing for the NBA not to go on. Look what happened. It's going on. So maybe that's part of the reason why he's not showing up, because he's still doing stuff in the community, doing stuff for the WNBA, like giving them money or just going on the whole New York.
No, he's see. I feel like he does need to make a decision between what he wants to do, because his mind is in the right spot. But he also has to realize that he has a job. That's the biggest thing. It's not like, I mean, we like Kyrie has been all over the media for missing, but it's like he is doing good in the community, but he's doing so many good things. Like you said, with the WNBA helping them get paid, with getting out, with helping people to vote, Black Lives Matter, everything in the book Kyrie has done to help better society, but he is a NBA player at the end of the day that makes millions of dollars, and you're missing out on games.
He did sign a contract.
Yeah, and whatchamacallit, like I think if he misses a few more games, like his contract can possibly be terminated. Without like giving him if he obviously not missing a few more, but like without giving him like heads up and stuff, like, because he one game, like, he didn't even tell coaches, the owner, nobody knew that he wasn't going to play. So I feel like definitely Harden is going to come in. I feel like, to begin, Harden, and it's really Kyrie's option of what he wants to do ultimately. Harden is going to come in and hoop. We all know that. Because he wasn't hooping necessarily quite well these last few games in Houston, just because he just didn't want to be there. But hopefully we see that offensive juggernaut that Harden is, because this team, if all three of them can build some chemistry and come together on one accord, this could honestly be one of the best offensive juggernaut teams that we've ever seen in NBA history, competing with the Golden State Warriors, competing with the 90s Bulls, the Showtime, like this Nets team would put them right up there offensively, because they I'm not knocking anything from Kyrie or Harden, because Harden is a much improved defender, but they did lose some defense, trading away Jared Allen and Terrence LeVert and whatchamacallit, a lot of their young core, so it's gonna be interesting to see, but they're still a top contender. I expect them to compete in the. I feel like they have enough talent wise. They have enough talent to make it to the NBA Finals. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, because ultimately chemistry has the biggest impact on the game. We've seen that with last year's Clippers folding in the second round of the playoffs. But yeah, so we seen them. Chemistry is a big part. We seen a lot of chemistry. Miami Heat, when they had the big three the first year, they didn't win it. Clippers, they didn't win it. A lot of these teams that come together their first year, they didn't win it. But there has been teams that have come together and won in their first year. But I am excited to see what can happen. I just said all of that. But going back to Kyrie, So do you think that he's not going to be in this league for much longer?
Let me ask you a question, because I've been thinking about this all night.
I guess.
So, you work at 9 to 5, right? Boom, you're good at it. Boom, boom, boom. You go in, you go out, boom, get paid. And then, all of a sudden, you get sick with COVID. So that's 2 weeks out. Now, you're focusing on your grind. So, like, Ball With MTG. And then you sort of realize, like, dang, I really don't need that 9 to 5. Which puts him in a predicament for last year when he was injured, right? He was out for most of the season. So that's him. That's when he had more time to actually go out. So he's probably starting to realize, like, dang, do I really want, like, maybe he already achieved his goal.
Like, he's a champion. He's gained all. He has every accolade. So he definitely doesn't have to go out there and prove anything to anybody anymore. So I do agree with you on that.
Will he lose his deal with Nike? Because he still be getting paid regardless.
Yeah, I mean, he can. You don't have to be. I feel like he has built his brand to a certain extent to where he doesn't have to play basketball again to continue to make shoes. He's just that good of a basketball player. He's done like I say, he's done everything in the book. He's probably hit the greatest shot of all time. And the only person I can see competing with him is that Ray Allen 3, or that Jordan pull up for his game, for his 6th ring.
The shot.
Yeah, the shot. Yeah.
From the Spurs. What's his name? I don't know who's playing against the Heat.
You talking Ray Allen?
No, he did this. That white dude from the Spurs, Ginobili.
Oh yes. So what are you talking about? Back in the day? Yeah, back when I was facing the Lakers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I feel like this dude was testing me for a second. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, facts. No, yeah, and so I feel like he's definitely he's top 3 in that category. No question about it. Done everything, all NBA, all star, everything that you could think of. So he definitely doesn't need anything else from the NBA itself.
But then again, he's actually pretty smart. Like, not okay. This is the bad side. It's pretty smart not telling like the GM or his players like what's going on. That'll get them start talking. Now look, everybody talking about him like, oh, where is he at? People doing research. Oh, what he's helping out. That's where I came from. Like that's how I kind of figure all this stuff. Like, cause I don't know nothing about sports. I'm gonna just throw that out there. I'm sorry just for saying that, but I just play the sport. I don't know. But I say that to say this is like all publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
So he's actually doing a pretty good job on the business side.
Yeah, I feel like Kyrie in the media, any publicity is good publicity. So what he's doing right now is good for the Brooklyn Nets in the long run, especially if he comes back and plays and competes for this championship, or if he decides to go out and do his own thing. He's going to continuously have people following him and see what he does in the community. So it's going to be a win-win for him regardless, and whatever he decides to do, I support him either way. So yeah, so that's it for this edition of Ball With MTG, More Than a Grind edition. Appreciate you for being the first guest on this, man. We did good. This is a good take, bro.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Let the people know all about where they can find you, what you do. Just the floor is yours.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at _Javonte Rice, JAVONTERICE. All right. And for any artists out there who doesn't have a music video and it's gonna be your first music video, hit me up and I'll shoot you a high quality Hollywood video for the cheap. Like I'll give you my discount. So and then any models or people that wants to learn about the camera on the video side, hit me up. I don't mind talking with you, doing a walkthrough or like my process, and I can help you out with your process. We all start somewhere. And then for you, Mr. MTG. I mean more than the grind.
No. It's good. Yeah, Mitchell College.
I have a actually want to do a little challenge.
What's up?
So let's try to shoot a music video in less than 6 hours from pre-production, post-production, from pre-production, production, and post-production.
Let's do it.
Do it,
right now.
Right now.
All right, you heard it here. All right, so hopefully you'll be seeing more content from both of us.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, guys, yeah. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll have both of our descriptions, both of our links to both of our pages, to everything for both of us in the description below. So yeah, look out for content from both of us because we're seriously gonna do this. No cap. Ball with MTG.
Let's do it. 4 hours.
Okay.